Hi everyone, Mrs. West here with this week's lesson. This week we're going to take what we learned about Georgia O'Keeffe to make our own drawing. But first, here is a quote that I found from Georgia O'Keeffe that I thought was interesting. She said, "I decided if I could paint that flower in a huge scale, you could not ignore its beauty." That means if she took something small, like a flower, and made it really, really huge, you couldn't ignore it. You had to look at it. Here's another one of her paintings that I did not show you this one last week, but I was thinking a little bit about this painting when I made a sample of my own huge flower. Now, last week we drew small flowers. This week we will draw gigantic flowers. So let's get ready. For this project, you are going to need a white piece of paper, a pencil to draw with, and some tools to color with. I have all kinds of things here. I have crayons, I have watercolors, I have colored pencils, I have markers, and I have oil pastels. So anything you want to use is fine. Let's get started. Now I'm going to draw a flower a little bit like the flowers we drew last week. And if I wanted to, I could find a circle to trace like we did last time, but I'm going to do it freehand, it's called, which means I'm not going to use any guides to draw it. I'm just going to go and draw it. So I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to put my circle over here. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to use my marker so that you can see it better. Okay, and in this circle, I'm going to make the line a little wiggly, like we did for some of our flowers last time. A little wiggly. And then I'm going to make another kind of wiggly circle inside it. If you ever look deep inside a flower, there's a lot going on in there. Okay? So, now I'm going to make a lot of petals. But look already, this is only the little center of the flower. Look how huge it's going to be. It's going to go right off the page. So I'm going to make some little guidelines like I did last time. Top, bottom, side to side. Then I'm going to put one line in between. No, I'm going to put two lines in between here. And two lines there. Two lines here. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. It just makes it easier for me. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start drawing these huge petals. And they are so huge that they go right off the paper. Now, if you remember last time when I was doing this, I turn my paper a lot. That's just me. I turn the paper. It makes it easier for me to see where I am going. Okay, so here's a lot of petals, and they're going right off the page. The big one over here. All the way off the page. Now, if it makes you nervous to make your petals off the page, that's okay. You don't have to make them go all the way off the page if you don't want to. But I need your flower to be really, really big, huge, gigantic. Okay, those are all different words for big, gigantic, huge. Okay, so here I am. I have a flower. Now, it's a pretty simple flower. If you want to make a really complicated flower, you can. But I would probably stick with the simpler ones. because you're going to make it really big. Remember those little lines I would put in the petals? I'm going to put some right here. Those little, not creases, but little tiny like folds in the flower petal. Okay, now I am ready to color here. And actually first I'm going to erase some of my pencil. You might want to, if you've done this drawing in pencil, you might want to outline it in marker now to make it stand out. Now, I'm not going to spend all this time coloring this picture. I'm going to show you one that I already colored, okay? Here we go. There's my flower, already colored. I used oil pastels. Like I said, you can use markers, crayons, whatever it is you want. And there's another thing I want you to notice. I did color in all my petals. I colored in my center. I decided to make it 2 different colors. But very importantly, I colored the background. Now, in this case, I chose a sky blue. So it's kind of like pretending that you're holding a flower up and looking at the sky with it. So the sky is my background. So you don't have to make any kind of fancy backgrounds for yours. Just one color is fine. Just so that we know there's something behind this flower, because there is. Okay, I am really, really looking forward to seeing all these colorful flowers that will come from all of my students. I don't know if you can see my kitty cat's paw here, but look at him. He's playing with my markers. He likes to knock them off the table. He's such a little beast. Anyway, so let's get going, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Ta-ta for now.